Hey FlossTube, it's Jules. Thanks for coming back. My voice is not quite right today, so I tried to post something on my YouTube page saying that I was sick. That's why I didn't do a stitch with me last weekend. Been sick since last Friday. We'll get into that a little bit after I show you all my cross stitching stuff, but please excuse my voice. Please excuse... My eyes actually look pretty good today. They were crazy eyes yesterday. They were so red. But anyway, I'm going to make this a shorter video. Obviously, my voice is not totally awesome. And but I got to get one done today. Otherwise, I will wait till next week. So let's just get this done. Anyway. All right. Apothecary shop. Got a lot of progress done this week. Almost finished this page of Apothecary shop. Almost, guys. Getting so close. So that's where we're at right now. You can see all the little open spaces. I worked on this one last night, and I got a lot more done in just this general area. So now it's like about, I don't know how many colors, basically go in and just kind of fill in all these other things. And that's going to be my first priority today, is to finish this page. Excuse me. I'm going to apologize in advance for coughing and whatever. I just got to get the video done. And so it's... doing it for you guys, man. No, I'm doing it for me too. And so, because I like doing them, and I gotta get it done. But anyway, so my goal today is to finish this page of Apothecary shop and be able to start page 3. And so that's Apothecary shop for those of you who don't know. And I'm about right here. So there'll be a lot of dark colors in this next page. Maybe that means it gets done faster. I don't know, but making progress. Making progress. Rainy Waterloo Place. Well, yep, let's do Rainy Waterloo Place. So I got more progress done on it. Just continued down the page. Whoop, there. Filled in a little bit more of my darker colors for that street light. So... it's starting to show up a little bit better. I think it's looking better the more I get in there. So again, got more to do on there, but it's coming. It's looking really nice. I mean, the more at this point on this piece, excuse me, the more I get done on this piece, going forward, the more detail is going to really pop, and you guys will get to see that really well. Got more progress done on Reaper. Can't quite tell, but let's see, let me make sure. But I am making a ton of progress on this piece. It's still just this black. It's not black. It's like, you know, there's like 5 different colors in there, but it's meant to be dark. And I mean, I think you can see if you have been watching for a long time. And when I originally tried to do this, it's called, you know, the Reaper basically. I was using a much smaller fabric count, so it was like a 25, 26 or whatever it was, and it just was so uncomfortable to stitch on for this particular piece that switching over to 18 count is not going to make a difference, and it's going to be a little bit bigger, which is totally cool. It's a gift, but it's going so much faster, so I'm super happy about that one. Stormtrooper. Now, I am still way behind on answering comments. I apologize. You guys have been reaching out. There was someone that reached out and said, I'm sorry. I've looked at them. I've answered a few, but I need to really sit down and do that. It's just been kind of tiring to kind of sit at the computer and do that. But somebody out there got Stormtrooper, which I'm about ready to show you next, and that's Stormtrooper. Somebody actually found it on Etsy and is starting it, and they're probably going to finish it before me, which is going to be inspiring for me, and hopefully get my butt in gear to get this done. But they're going to see how difficult it is from just a pattern perspective, because of the way that it'd be so... You could stitch this so much faster if they had used a more traditional coding system of like even just using numbers. There's not a ton of colors in this. They could have just used like 1 through 20 or something. Instead, they have all these different... No, I can't do that. They have all these different symbols, and the symbols are sometimes hard to pick out from other symbols because they're really similar. And it slows me down a lot on this piece. And it's unfortunate because it's a great piece. But, I should probably track back and maybe find the maker of this and tell him, please don't do this the next time you do this piece. But so I got a little further along. I don't even know if you can tell. Like I said, it's hard to make progress on this one. A little bit more done up there, but it's coming along. It just takes a while. Takes a while. I got more done on baseball, if you can tell. Again, we got a little bit more of the colored stuff. Where am I? What's going on? There it is. Okay, where am I? Okay. Getting a little bit more color in this piece. So I think you can kind of see what I've done. Got a lot of the white, the cream done, and I'm starting to get the, you can't see anything at this point. It's a lot of busy work till we get to something that has color. So that one's still coming along. I'm still working on it. Let's see here. All right, let me show you a little bit of Ronnie Row. I got more done. I didn't show it to you last week, but I wasn't sure if I'd worked on it last week. So here's Ronnie Row. Boom. Ta-da. So, all right, so I finished this section right here, and I got a little bit more done up here, and so it's filling in very nicely. It definitely ought to be making a lot more progress, but that's the end of this one page right here. So I'm getting closer and closer, guys. It just I think this is the one I'm going to take on the honeymoon, when we finally go on the honeymoon and later this summer, and I think that'll be good. But because that'll be easy to work on, and who knows, maybe I might get a lot done. I hope I don't. I mean, I hope I work on it on a plane, maybe sitting in the airport, maybe late at night kind of thing. But for the most part, I hope I'm not really stitching, to be perfectly honest with you. Just want to, enjoy myself, I suppose. Not that cross stitching is not enjoyable, but I can cross stitch anytime. All right, is this it? Old World Map 2. So I got more done on Old World Map 2. Okay, now I got to look at it and look to see exactly what I got done, because I said I got more. Oh, okay, all right. So got more done, and primarily more of what I got done is I just got a little bit more of the lettering done. The darker colors got in there. I think that's about it. I mean, I know I got more done on this one, but I was having problems finding certain colors because I poach from one project to the next and don't put everything back to where it's supposed to go. Boom, boom, boom. And so I really need to get in, and at some point I'll start needing new colors, but it's all right. It's all right. So let me show you again the whole thing. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. It's kind of a short look at, it's a real short look at what's going on this week. What I want to do is when I finish this video, before I start, well, I can start uploading it, but I want to go ahead and take pictures of all these pieces and put them on the blog. I tried to do that last week, and I got about half of them done, and I was going to do the rest on Friday, and that's when I started getting sick and just, so, but I want to try and take pictures of each project every week to give myself a definite timeline, of what's going on. So I maybe write a little bit more about each one, again, just to remind everybody like where I got them from if they're interested. So we'll see how it goes. All right, so again, I hadn't started on Boba Fett. And the reason for that one is I found my pattern page, but I don't know where my color page went somewhere. And so I need to find that so I can kind of at least get started on it a little bit. My husband's like, let's get started. And so let's see what else. That's really been it. It's been a little harder. I just kind of grabbed whatever was easy this week to stitch on. I think I'm going to get a lot more stitching done in the next 3 or 4 days. There's the big college wrestling national championships that are starting in just a little while, first round. And it goes, I want to say Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Long stretches of wrestling and stuff. So I'm going to be sitting in front of my TV watching that a lot today and stitching. And but I got news. Guys, for all those theater enthusiasts out there. My husband and I are going to go see Hamilton on Saturday night. And it's part of our season ticket package. And my husband it's his one big purchase that he makes every year. And he's normally fairly frugal, but it's his one big purchase he makes every year and has for like 20 years, ever since he got out of school. And because he loves the theater. And there's not been a lot of new stuff that has come around that has excited us the way that Hamilton has. And so thankfully, I think I'm going to be doing a ton better by Saturday night and we'll be able to enjoy the show. But I will, I'm not sure when I'll do the stitch along. I'd like to do it on Saturday, to be perfectly honest with you, just to kind of get it done and get it uploaded. Just because you never know how the weekend will go at times. But and I don't know what I'm going to do on the stitch along this week. We'll see. So that was my big news there. I haven't gotten anything done on the B channel. I know I talked to you guys about the fact that my husband and I are going to do a new YouTube channel about our bee process and whatnot. And we've got at least one video shot, but I just need to upload it. And obviously being sick this week, I just didn't get anything done. That's still coming. But yeah, being sick stinks. And I think if I learned one thing, because I've been sick a lot, like in the last year. This is probably like the third or fourth time that I've had a sickness that has lasted for like at least 4 or 5 days. And that's a lot for me. Honestly, I would say before I got married, and I would probably say that I rarely got sick, maybe like once a week or something. Once a year at most, and then wasn't that bad. But, and this one wasn't from him. This one was absolutely a work sickness, because everybody at work has been sick one way or another. And some people have look like they have the actual flu, and others are a little bit more like me, and some people lucked out and didn't get very sick at all. But most of us have been sick, and my husband hasn't gotten sick, which is fantastic. And it's been, like 6 days now. So if he was going to get sick, I think he would have gotten sick a couple of days ago. He started taking a ton of emergency and airborne, and I think we've done pretty well with that. And so he's doing really, really good. But the thing that I think that I've learned about this particular one, because I'm really, really stubborn when it comes to this, is that when I start to get a cold and I start to get a really bad sore throat, I got to go to the doctor. I'm stubborn. I'm like, it's not a bad thing to be sick. I feel like it strengthens your immune system. You fight it off and whatnot. But as I get older, and now I'm having all these sicknesses where I'm sick for longer periods of time, it affects work. I did a half day Monday, I did a half day yesterday, and it was just dumb. I should have gone to the urgent care place this weekend, especially when I started to have problems with my throat. It's just not smart, I think, for me, and to do that. But yesterday, when I left work after a half day where I could really barely talk, went over to urgent care, and so they basically prescribed me the Z-Pack that we're all very familiar with, the zithromycin, if you've had any kind of bronchitis or anything like that, because it went from viral to bacterial pretty quick. So I got some antibiotics, and they put me on some pretty good prednisone, and then also for my eyes, because I got a viral thing that popped into my eyes yesterday. It was the night before, got home from work, and my eyes just went bloodshot red, and they got really itchy, and I had a little bit of discharge. And I know what you're going to say. You're all going to say, oh, you got pink eye. It wasn't pink eye. Pink eye usually does a lot of, produces a lot of discharge, and this one didn't. It just was really itchy and swollen and painful, and they said it was basically just a viral extension into my eyes. And so, but even though saying it was viral, they still prescribed me some ophthalmic drops to put in there, and just to kind of prevent it from turning bacterial. And so my eyes are actually, I mean, they actually look pretty decent today. I woke up yesterday morning and it looked like I had cried all night. You know, it was like huge, bad, puffy, and bloodshot eyes, and you know, it just gets kind of old. But my husband has been fantastic through all this. He's taken care of me really, really well. You know, he told me days ago, he's like, you should go to the doctor. You should go to the doctor. And I'm stubborn. I'm just stubborn. And so, but I'm glad, you know, I'm so glad he's not sick. So, you know, he's very good when he's sick. He doesn't let me help him very much. I mean, I help him. I make him let me help him, but he's so good when he's sick. And but anyway, so but today I already took my medicine and drank a lot of fluids and eating some ice cream for the throat. And but the only other thing that I'm going to mention, it was the weirdest thing last night, because I got to stop talking because my throat's starting to hurt again. But so I'll talk about the cat for a minute. So it's my husband's cat that he got like 10 years ago, and he purposely got the cat that was sort of antisocial, you know, had a lot of issues when he first came to our home. His name is Mercury, and he had a lot of issues. He might have been like teased too much or bullied or something, because when he went home with my husband, like it took my husband like a year or two for the cat to allow him just to pet him. And, you know, otherwise he just didn't want to be messed with and just leave him alone. And, you know, he just kind of went off to the side or whatever. And he just worked on him gradually. And after a couple of years, the cat would start to kind of come up and sit on his chest, you know, and just rub his chin. And, you know, he still doesn't want to be like caressed, but, you know, he could be petted some, but he would always, you know, turn around and nip you when he wanted you to stop. And so they gradually built their relationship. And then when I came along like 3 years ago, it was a little difficult to get totally used to him at first, because I mean I deal with a lot of cats, but you know, usually most cats are very outgoing, very loving, that kind of thing, and he wasn't. He was a hard case. And so I pretty much just let him be, petted him when I could, never pushed it very far, and you know, just kind of, you know, just you know, let him get used to my presence being there. And then when he moved in over here with my husband, when we moved in together after we got married, you know, it still was a while. Still took a while. And it's been about a year and a half now that we've been living together here. And the cat has actually, over the last, I don't know, 3 or 4 months, and honestly, like, especially after we got all of his teeth his teeth fixed up and he feels better, he's been a lot more affectionate with me. He has started to sit on my chest at times and kind of, you know, do this, but not nearly as much as he does with my husband. But he does usually choose my legs to curl up with at night. He goes to sleep and he likes to curl in there. Now, I might have told you a week or two ago, he came when I kind of had woken up, or I woke up because he was walking up my side along the bed, and I was like, what's he doing? Because he's on this side where the edge of the bed is right here, and he never does that to me. And he walked all the way up and kind of plopped down, and he put his head right here, and he just kind of started rubbing on my neck, and he was purring like crazy. And I just kind of, you know, let him do it. You know, he doesn't want you to sit there and rub on his head. He just, you know, just leave him alone, let him express his love. And he got up after 20 seconds, 30 seconds, and that was it. And he hasn't done that yet. But last night, I'm like, did I dream this? I'm like, I'm pretty confident that I didn't. This actually happened. I was sort of laying kind of partial on my side, partial not. And again, I was a little bit awake, and he walks all the way up the bed, right to my face. And I just kind of waited, and he proceeded to lick my lips for about 20 seconds. Now, my husband told me last night that I breathed really crazy. I had some drainage, and you know, stuff was starting to release and whatnot. And he said I sounded actually kind of bad last night when I was breathing for a while. And So I think the cat was, he said that he thinks the cat was just worried about me. So he came up and he literally just like licking my lips. And I'm just like, you know, I don't know if I've ever had a cat do that at all. It was just kind of weird, and especially not him. He's never done that to my husband. So he does that for about 20 seconds, and then he goes off and does his thing. And I just told my husband, when I told my husband that he did that, my husband was like, wow, he's never done that to me. And I said, I told you he loves me more than you. I'm just teasing. He loves my husband so much. But, all right, 20 minutes is a lot longer than I thought I'd talk. I need to drink, and I need to relax. I got a little whoop. Got my hair done up. I actually brushed my hair this morning. All right, pictures. Pictures on the website. If my voice is better, we'll do a stitch along this weekend. Thank you guys for reaching out. I appreciate it. I'm doing good. It's okay. I'm getting better. You guys take care, and I will talk to you soon. Happy stitching!